a Utah powerhouse, 17-time state champion, with room for an 18th banner. The second most decorated volleyball program in state history, a school with long tradition and legacy. A tradition and legacy of success and championships. The Lady Rebels now take the court carrying that legacy proudly. This is Rich Volleyball. And now, here is your voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to another segment of volleyball. We are incredibly excited to welcome Mount Vernon out here tonight. This is the Lady Rebels taking on the Mount Vernon Patriots here in beautiful Randolph, Utah. Heaven on earth, as I like to call it. The first serve is scheduled for probably in about 25 minutes or so from now. In the meantime, you're stuck with me. I am Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels, and I will be your guide to this game today as the Lady Rebels will take on the Patriots in about 25 minutes. We're going to welcome you now into our pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph. Home of the Rich Rebels, good luck from Mayor Lynn Weston, board member Simbel, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lamb, and clerk Lana Peart. We'll hear from them, and then we'll set the scene for tonight's game as you've been listening, and you will listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
Welcome back to Randolph, Utah, as the Rich Rebels will be taking on the Mount Vernon Patriots. We're sitting here getting ready for the game as tip-off is scheduled for about 25 minutes from now. Until then, this is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. I will be guiding you throughout this game as the Lady Rebels will be taking on Mount Vernon. We'll go ahead and dip into our scene set a little bit here. Just to start off, the Rich Rebels now 7-3 on the season after a wonderful little week last week. They were able to sweep both Altamont as well as Tabiona. I was not at the Altamont game. That first set went into extra points, just a little bit longer than normal, but still at the end, the Rich Rebels being able to get the sweep against the Longhorns for their second meeting of the season. Then on to Tabiona they went. I was there at that one, able to cover, and a clean sweep. Something that I was able to see was great energy, great chemistry, great unity, something that Coach Lamborn is really, really trying to instill in this program at this point as they are trying to get into midseason form. As we've probably know early on in the season, we dropped a game to ICS, to Lyman, and North Summit. At this point, ICS, who we will see on Saturday, is ranked number 1 in the RPI. We are ranked number 2. The Rich Rebels ranked number 2. That will be a great matchup for Saturday. But first, the Rich Rebels have to get through the Patriots of Mount Vernon and then the Duchesne Eagles on Friday. Star Valley tournament was great for the Rich Rebels. They were able to gain a lot of unity. This is the kind of stuff that Coach Lamborn's been talking about. We'd like to go ahead and say that Coach Burdette Weston is back in the building as he has come back from illness. It is wonderful to see him, and he brings so much to this program, and all around wonderful guy. JV coach able to come in and watch JV as JV took 3-0 over the Patriots just barely. We're getting ready for varsity now. Hopefully we will see the Rich Rebels coming out to warm up soon. Mount Vernon on the year currently is 0-7, 0-6 in region play. Added a new head coach, Taryn Williams, whom I had the opportunity to have a wonderful interview with. She, super awesome. She was talking a little bit about how she came from back east, came out here and jumped at the chance to be a part of this program with the Patriots, helping these girls out as it is a small school and a unique situation as these girls are from all over the globe. They're out here to play volleyball and to have a good time, and they will be facing the Rich Rebels tonight. 6 o'clock is the serve time that we have currently at the moment. We'll stay tuned, and we'll go ahead and take a step aside. This has been the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau scene set. Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on the Wildlife as well as on mylocalradio.com.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. This is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. I will be your guide tonight as the Rich Lady Rebels will be taking on the Mt Vernon Patriots. Tonight is a special night. We're getting ready for the start of a triple header this week as the Rich Rebels taking on Mt Vernon here tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. and then traveling to Duchesne, where the football team will travel as well as part of a kind of a double header coverage. You'll be hearing a lot from me, and I apologize if you're probably sick of my voice. But then after Friday night, the Rich Lady Rebels will be taking on ICS down in Salt Lake City for a 1 p.m. serve. That's when tip-off, that's what would, if it were basketball, it would be tip-off. But that's when the serve and the matches are scheduled to start. I will not be there. However, voice of the Evanston Red Devils, Elin Olive, will be calling that game. I'm sure that Elin will be doing a fantastic job. Keep an ear out for him on Saturday versus ICS, one of the biggest games of the year for our Lady Rebels, as they take on number 1 ranked ICS. Tonight, after a clean sweep of both Altamont and Tabiona, the Rich Lady Rebels have another triple header this week against opponents across the state, which we already covered. Long stretches of volleyball. We'll see how this team stacks up, how they can kind of come back, not necessarily come back, but find some grit, find some drive to just put their best volleyball out there and get into some mid-season form. This is part of our scene set today. Out here court side, a little bit sparse as football practice is happening right now. We expect to see some of the boys come in to support the Lady Rebels as soon as practice gets over. Great showing from our parents and our fan base out here. We're incredibly it's just such an awesome time to come out and watch some volleyball at the start of a triple header this week. Let's go ahead and dive into the Lady Rebels as they are the home team tonight. This is the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau scene set. Visit bearlake.org today and plan your next family fun vacation. The narrative for the Rich Lady Rebels have somewhat changed over the course of the season. A preseason favorite at the beginning of the year and Deseret News number 1 in RPI rankings in 1A. Little bit of a, learning experience playing some really tough teams at the beginning of the season. Now they're getting into the point of the season where they need to find their identity. Who are they? How are they going to respond? Currently sitting at 7-5. Some great highlights we've seen throughout the course of the season so far. It's time now to get into the meat and potatoes of volleyball at this point. And I think that personally, these Lady Rebels are on the cusp of greatness, trying to find their identity and being a singular unit, achieving their goal, getting back to the state championship. And their next challenge right now is the Mount Vernon Patriots. Currently found at the bottom of the standings in 1A, Mount Vernon hopes to get their first win of the season tonight here at Rich High School. Mount Vernon, great talent, great team, fantastic coach, as we'll hear from Taryn Williams later on in the pregame show. They come off fresh from playing ICS Tuesday, where ICS was able to win 3-0. And again, we touched up on ICS, number 1 in RPI in the state. Then on to Duchesne next tomorrow. Back to back to back, it is now time for volleyball. And that's kind of what it's looking like here for the scene set and courtside. This has been the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau scene set. About 15 minutes away from the start of today's action. Coming up, we'll visit with the coaches in tonight's matchup, beginning with Taryn Williams as part of our Stacy's Repair in Woodruff coaches show. We'll be right back to the Town of Randolph pregame show as you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the Coaches Show. This is the Coach Wendy Lamborn pregame Coaches Show brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Stacy's Repair, when you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the Coach Wendy Lamborn pregame Coaches Show. As part of our pregame coverage, I am joined here with Coach Taryn Williams of Mount Vernon. Coach Williams, can't begin to thank you enough for taking the time to kind of touch up on your girls, your Patriots, and kind of the game against the Rich Rebels. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Coach Williams, me and you had a little bit of a discussion before the beginning of the interview. This is your first year at Mount Vernon. How did you end up coaching
for the Patriots?
Yeah, so I actually moved out to Utah from Michigan about 8 months ago, and back home I coached a lot of softball and volleyball. I just did middle school volleyball though, and I wanted to really get up into the high school ages, and came across Mount Vernon, was looking for a coach to kind of help their girls get a little higher, and it all worked out, and I'm glad to be there.
There you go. Well, welcome to the Rocky Mountains, as many people like to say. What has been kind of your biggest, terms of adapting to the West? What's been the first thing that you've noticed that's been different from Michigan?
Oh, well, it's a different lifestyle for sure, but I love the mountains so much. I definitely miss the lakes, but you can't compare with the mountains, and being able to get up and camping, hiking, within minutes is awesome.
Well, Coach, I know I'm not the only one that is excited for you to be here. Congratulations on the coaching position, and you're getting ready in your first season with the Patriots. Coach, what kind of mantra, what kind of coaching philosophy, what do you want to change being with Mount Vernon? What do you want to bring to these girls in terms of volleyball and in life?
Yeah, so the biggest thing with Mount Vernon is it's such a small school, and we have girls that represent so many different countries. So it's a really unique time. The girls, for some of them, the first time they picked up a volleyball was just a couple weeks ago. So it's kind of incredible as a coach to be able to, show them the skills that, they really do have, and watch them get excited, when they finally block a ball or get the ball over the net or something. So it's really fun for me as a coach. And I think, with these girls being from other countries, the whole reason they're here is to learn new things and have fun. So for me as a coach, I really like to, combine the aspect of having fun, but still, getting the work done, doing what we need to do, but really enjoying it as well.
Coach, you talked about Mount Vernon kind of being in a unique time. It's a very unique school. It's very small. Do you feel like Mount Vernon has kind of a special atmosphere about it that allows you to accomplish things that maybe other schools can't?
Yeah, in some regards, like I said, these girls, they haven't played a whole lot. So for us, sometimes it can be difficult playing against these other schools that are also kind of small, but for a lot of them, they've kind of all grown up together. So they've been able to cultivate a different environment than for us, whereas the girls, every year, it's different girls, it's a different team. And so each year they're learning new people, new ways of the game, and all of that.
Absolutely. Coach, it's really fun to see kind of the unity and chemistry that it takes to kind of bring together a volleyball team and to, have some fun and get some wins out there. This is obviously your first year. What kind of expectations are you kind of setting for the team, or maybe the hopes by the end of this year and by the middle of the season?
Yeah, so we kind of have our own personal goals. It's hard for us to, look at other teams and try to compare to them necessarily. So for us, we have our own goals each night of what we need to do. And then obviously for the year, get a couple wins, have fun doing it, learn new skills, all of that.
Perfect. Coach, I have no doubt that you're going to be able to help those girls have some fun and some wins definitely in the future. And we're going to welcome you out to Randolph on Thursday, and we look forward to the matchup.
Yeah, we're excited to come out there.
This has been Coach Taryn Williams of Mount Vernon, and we'll be seeing them as they take on the Rich Rebels soon. And Coach, is there anything else you want to kind of touch up on before we end the interview?
No, I think that's it. We're just excited to come out there and see Rich and see the school and, see what our girls can do.
Well, there's quite a bit of open space. You'll be a little bit of a drive, but we'll welcome you out, and we're very excited. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Coach Taryn Williams of Mount Vernon. Grateful for her and her girls to come out and play the Rich Rebels as we're getting ready for serve-off soon. We'll take a quick break on the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. And then we'll hear from Coach Wendy Lamborn, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar-S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar-S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar-S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Coaches Show brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. This is part of our Town of Randolph pregame show. We're about 10 minutes away from serve-off, and now we get to hear from Coach Wendy Lamborn of your Rich Rebels. Touched up a lot about unity, touched up a lot about where they're at in midseason form, and guess what? She can probably talk about her thoughts and kind of explain better than I can explain. So here's Coach Wendy Lamborn.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the pregame coaches show. I am joined here with Coach Wendy Lamborn. Wendy, you're back into the thick of it. We're past sickness. We're past all this. We actually got a couple really good games under our belt last week against Altamont, Tabiona. New week coming up. How is the overall, feel? What's the vibe of the team right now?
You know, I actually think that we're finally buying into midseason and realizing what our team's going to kind of look like. And hopefully they're buying in and we can just keep on going with some wins.
That's what everybody hopes for. Wins take a little bit. We're going to be playing Mt Vernon Thursday. We're going to Duchesne Friday and ICS on Saturday. Each of these games are very particular in their own way, and we're going to have a chance to see maybe some people that we haven't seen before play this week in terms of underclassmen. Who are we really looking for? Who are you trying to see kind of show out necessarily without picking out two-buddy in particular?
You know, I have a great bunch of seniors, but I have 8 of them. And, you know, if you start playing all 8 seniors, you don't have a lot of underclassmen. So, you know, maybe with some of these games, they'll be able to get some varsity experience, and that'll be fun for them. Some sophomores and the juniors, and mostly sophomores, though, and give them some experience on the varsity level.
Ellie Argyle, in particular, I know, played extremely well against Tabiona, and it's just really fun to see those kids come up and kind of come together. 8 seniors is a lot of time to share among 8 girls when they all want to kind of be there and contribute. How do you feel as though chemistry and unity have been coming along so far this season?
You know, I have only 2 juniors, but those 2 juniors are pushing seniors, and which is a good thing. That's how this game works, and you perfect a spot, and sometimes there's just underclassmen that are better. But, you know, I think the seniors, they want to win, so I think they're willing to do whatever. And but Ellie has come on strong for me she's practices hard, and she's come on strong and been a great front row player for me.
I know watching her both in varsity time as well as JV time, she's out there and she's working hard and she's killing it. It's really fun to see her development, and at the very least, she's going to be someone that I'm going to be calling out quite a bit next year. In terms of next year, we don't know, but this year is now. How do you feel as though your mantra of own it has really helped this team so far up until mid-season point?
I think that we're just getting there. We're finally starting to figure out what own it means, and the chemistry this weekend I felt like was really good, and I think everyone was happy with the wins, and Altamont gave us a pretty good game the first set, and that was fun. It's fun to see our region be great. Tabby was good, so we were able to pull some things together chemistry-wise that I was very happy about.
Coach, we're coming into midseason form, and it's not really so much about how the season begins, it's how it ends, right? And we're coming up against ICS. They're pretty good, and I can say that from a reporter standpoint. They're killing it out there, and we've welcomed them here before. How is preparation going to be different this week, getting ready for ICS on Saturday, even though it's after 2 games already at the beginning of the week?
ICS is definitely one of our big rivals for our region, and we split with them last year. We're hoping to do the same thing again this year and get the win at ICS. That's a little tougher. Their building's kind of a little tricky, so sometimes that throws us off a little bit, but I'm hoping that we can just kind of plan on that and that we can just move forward. We have made some changes since we played them here, and I hope those changes are going to benefit us.
Speaking of benefit, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, volleyball and football will both be going to Duchesne, and as I assume that each team is going to come out and support one another. Do you feel like having a student body come out and support these girls does anything for them, or is it just we're focused right now? Is it a positive? Is it a negative? Maybe it's neither. Like, what are your thoughts on traveling with the football team and getting that support, I guess, from home?
I think it's great. When these kids can support each other in whatever they're doing and bring a school unity, there's nothing but positive with that. With us supporting them and them supporting us.
Let's go ahead and dip into our starting lineup here as it is presented by Lutz Construction. Here we go. Sayuri Blanco, number 9 for Mount Vernon. Number 14, Ashley Matadamas. And here is your Rich Rebel starting lineup. Dixie Huffaker, number 5. Number 8, Darlene Peterson. Number 10, Ellie Argyle, number 10. Number 15, Taylor McKee. Number 20, Annie Peart, number 20. And number 23, Brittany Lamborn, as this is the starting lineup brought to you by Lutz Construction, Excavation and Landscape. Premier commercial and residential excavation landscaping. We dig Bear Lake. That's Lutz Construction at lutzconstruction.com. Let's go ahead, take a quick second as we get ready for the opening tip here as a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome to the opening serve as part of our first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. We'll reset each of our scoreboards here. 0-0 your reading as we get ready for the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the town of Randolph, sponsoring as part of our pregame show, as well as the Lake Town Ledger that we will get to later on in this broadcast. Taylor McKee is setting up for the first set, and that is brought to you by Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty. There she goes as the ball will go over to Mount Vernon and able to get that one up and over. Annie Peart will receive at the 10-foot line. McKee high and outside for Brittany Lamborn. Lamborn will find pay dirt as it will fall right in front of the back line, specifically number 3, Marina Savetto of Mount Vernon. 1-0 your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. As we got our student section in a different spot than normal, they're on the right side now. Here comes Taylor McKee again. Service. Taking on the back line off the forearms and into the stands. That's off of Savannah Sear. 2 points for the Rich Rebels. As this is our first set brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. That was an Crawford Trough ace. Right off the forearms. Here's McKee again. It will go right to the back line of Mount Vernon. Here comes Mount Vernon with the attack. Lamborn will dig up and up. McKee back setting for Peterson, and she'll clear that one up and over. Here comes Mount Vernon, and the attack from Ashley Gomez. It will go to the back line for Ellie Argyle. Here's the setup in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker will get the Bear Lake Realty kill as she sets it up and over near the 10-foot line of Mount Vernon. Good spot as she's able to man the middle right near the tape. McKee and Rich on a 3-0 run. It's going to be tipped, and another Crawford Trough ace for McKee as it was tipped on the back line by Marina Servetto of Mount Vernon. 4-0 you're reading. There's a great dig there by Mount Vernon. We'll go back to the Rich side. McKee will set up in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker will find a laser beam and the back line. It will hit right near the block on the basketball court and in for the Bear Lake Realty kill. We're up 5-0 currently. Rich on a 5-0 run. Here comes McKee again. McKee, this time finding the back right corner. It's going to go off of the forearms of Savannah Sear and over into the stands near the student section. 6-0 you're reading. Service. Tried to be dug up there by Mount Vernon, and it's going to go off the back line near the front line, and then eventually Saki Yonenda, the sophomore, tries to get it up and over the line onto the Rich side, but it will not happen as it is now 7-0. 7-0 run for Rich. Off of the forearms and miscommunication as a Crawford Trough ace will happen again. By my count, I think McKee is at 4. That's 4 for her and an 8-0 run for the Rich Rebels. Here's another service. Taken. This time it will go over to Rich. Annie Peart to the 10-foot line. McKee will back set, and front set actually there for Huffaker. Laser beam taken, and well taken. Good form. Great tendencies to get that up and over. Just not up and over the line quite to the Rich side as Davia Alonso tries to get that one up and over. Here's another Crawford Trough ace by McKee. 10-0 run and a timeout called by Mount Vernon. We'll take our timeout here first as well as part of the first set brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Special thanks to Cash Honda Yamaha, as well as our boosters, Atlas Home Care and Hospice, Precision Family Dental, as well as Walmart. Here's McKee again, up 10-0 on the Patriots. It's going to bounce off of the forearms of the front line and off of the shoulder of Savannah Sear and out of bounds, hitting the Rich Rebel logo on the padding on the east side of the gym. 11-0 you're reading. McKee off of the forearms again and out of bounds on the right side, trying to find the exit sign on the southeast side of the gym. Another Crawford Trough ace as we are 12-0 here in Randolph in our first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. McKee lobs this one over and is going to take a dive. Knuckleball right near the 10-foot line and down for the Rich Rebels. 13-0 you're reading. Rich High School at an advantage. Off of the upper forearms and cleared over by the Mount Vernon Patriots. Here comes an attack from Huffaker. Great dig there by Mount Vernon, and they're able to get it back over. Argyle on the back line will go over to McKee. They'll cross set there for Lamborn. Lamborn puts a laser beam near the left corner, back left corner near Davia Alonso. She's able to get that one up in the air, but it will go into the stands. We're at 14-0 currently. Over and taken at the back line, sent back over to Rich. Annie Peart at the 10-foot line, then to McKee in the middle, back setting there for Lutz. Lutz will put it over to Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon back and forth and over near the back line, and they will score! Back right corner, and great placement there. I believe by that, that was Ashley Gomez. And Savannah Sear working together for the first points for Mount Vernon. Back to serve Saki Yonenda. As I hope to be able to pronounce these names correctly. These wonderful ladies have beautiful cultural names that sometimes is a little hard for my tongue. Here comes an attack from Argyle. Argyle will rise above near the back right line and slap it over and find the middle of the defense. Back again to Rich. It will go 15-1. Violet Taylor this time. She will line up and serve. Go right down to the middle. That's to Alonso. Alonso not able to get that one up in the air. It will go off of her wrist and down. Crawford Trough ace for Violet Taylor. Taylor again. This time she'll go right back at Alonso. Alonso gets it up in the air. There's Gomez. And then Yoenda back over to Rich. McKee will set up Argyle. And she will rise above on the near side of the court and slap it over and find the back line. She'll hit right on the middle of the line, in the middle of the lane on the basketball court. Out comes McKee. In comes Hatch, substitution-wise. We're at 17-1. Taylor will send it over. Great dig there, and sent over and cleared by Mount Vernon. Hatch will set up Argyle on the left side. She'll go to the same spot, and Alonso will try and dig that one up and try and keep it up in the air, but it will go off of her hands and ricochet into the stands for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Taylor will put it into the net for a service error. We are currently at 18-2. Rich Rebels currently in the lead in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, serving Rich County residents for generations. Here comes Sayuri Blanco. Blanco will go over. Hatch at the 10-foot line will serve over to Huffaker. Huffaker will have her attack dug up and then cleared over. 3 touches by Mount Vernon, not enough to get that one up and over muscled. Here comes Mackenzie Smith for the Rich Rebels. Your Rich Rebels hoping to make a run, hopefully to get in midseason form and into the tournament as they'll take on ICS on Saturday. Here's Smith's serve. Back to Alonso on the back right corner, kept alive, and then sent over and slapped over. Wonderful work and a great placement by Ashley Gomez for Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon, as Ashley Gomez right near the Rich Rebel logo, careening the ricochet off of her teammates, does a little punch move, and it will fall near the 10-foot line of Rich. Here comes service, and it will be dug up there by Mackenzie Smith, but it will be 2 hits called on Hatch. 4-19. Great work there from Mount Vernon and their new coach, Taryn Williams. That one, that serve coming like a meteor down to earth. It will be careened by Rich and then slapped over and hit the forearms of Mount Vernon and out of bounds. Great attack by Annie Peart for her first kill of the game. 20-4, your reading. Here's Lutz. Lutz to Mount Vernon, kept alive by Gomez. Here comes Yonenda. Yonenda will send it over to Lutz on the backside. Hatch will serve to Argyle, cross-setting there, and it will go off of 3 Mount Vernon players. She'll play ping pong, and it will bounce off the back line of Mount Vernon and out for the Bear Lake Realty kill. Ellie Argyle getting her varsity time, hoping to make her presence known as they get ready into the season. Here is Lutz. Lutz will have a service error and put it into the net. Just a little bit of a mental faux pas, a little mess up right there, and it will go right into the net. Here comes Mount Vernon. Be fielded by Taylor, and then Hatch at the 10-foot line will go to the left for Annie Peart. That one will, almost like a slider in baseball, it will go down and hit the feet of Sayuri Blanco for the Bear Lake Realty kill. That's another one for Annie Peart. 22-5. Here's Argyle. Argyle, laser beam about an inch over the net. It will be fielded and cleared over by Mount Vernon. Argyle will get it again to Hatch. Hatch in the middle, and this time for Violet Taylor. Beautiful work by Taylor. She's able to rise and put it right on the back line for a Bear Lake Realty kill. That's something that we'd love to see out of her further along in the season. Argyle with the Crawford Trough ace, splitting defenders on the back line of Mount Vernon. We're at set point here in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Let's see if we can get it here. Here comes Argyle. Argyle allowed me to jinx her, and that happens so many times. She's going to put it right into the net. The score currently is 24-6. Here comes Marina Cerveto. Over to Smith. Smith to Hatch, who will back set there for Peart. Peart off of the top of the tape, and it will be kept alive. Here comes Taylor. Taylor with the ricochet off of the tape will put it up and over, and it will bounce off of Savannah Sears' hands and out of bounds, hitting the back east wall. Good highlights there as we get kills from Annie Peart. We get kills from Argyle, and great work and some great aces from the team. We're going to go ahead now into our second set as the Rich Rebels will take the first one here. Brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Let's take a quick second and take a step aside here as we get ready for the second set. And you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
We welcome you back to Rich Rebel Volleyball coverage. Let's go ahead and dip into our Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Our fan cam highlighting our wonderful students located on the southwest corner of our gym. Great turnout there as I see many wonderful faces, some from the football team, and spearheaded there by the royalty, King Nate Woods of Rich High School. Good to have him and everybody coming out. Part of our coverage here for the Rich Rebels taking on the Mount Vernon Patriots. Let's go ahead now and dip into our second set. Our second set is going to be brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Darren and Tricia and the entire Wallentine family wish the Lady Rebels good luck in all they do. As is custom, we're going to get ready for our beginning serve part of our second set, brought to you by Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty. As we're just getting a couple rotations in here, great time to highlight that your Rich Rebels ranked number 2 in the RPI as a great tradition, winning tradition located here in Randolph, hoping to continue that success as we get ready to get into the middle of the season. They'll be taking on Duchesne tomorrow. They'll be taking on ICS. Good reminder for everybody within the sound of my voice, whether on mylocalradio.com or on 98.3, that the ICS game on Saturday at 1 p.m. will be covered by voice of the Evanston Red Devils, Elin Olive. He will be subbing in for me on the station, and we'll hear from him as he wishes the Lady Rebels good luck, and you'll hear his voice. Get ready for that. Lady Rebels hoping to replace kind of the production by then senior McKenna Stacy from last year. She was leading the team in kills and digs, as well as JC Cornea. Both of those seniors, two wonderful players that the Rich Rebels hope to replace and not necessarily keep them in their hearts, obviously, but replace their talent and develop some things as we get a serve from Mount Vernon coming up. This is Yonenda. Yonenda sends it over to Rich. Rich will get a short set. And by the grace of heaven on earth, I don't know how, but Huffaker kind of like hop-stepped and got it over, and then eventually the ball came back, and points will go to Rich High School. That was a complicated sequence. Apologies, as here comes McKee. McKee will send it over, and Alonzo will do her best Scott Sterling impression and kind of catch that one right in the nose. 2-0. You're reading on the Station on Main scoreboard, and a Crawford Trough ace for McKee. Back to Alonzo, this time off of her wrist and out of bounds, as the ball will fly to the northeast side of the gym for another Bear Lake Realty kill. I guess that was a Crawford Trough ace as well. Here comes McKee. Again, this time it will go out of bounds. McKee a little frustrated as that ball will sail out of bounds. Our score will read 3-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Sayori Blanco back to serve for Mount Vernon. She will get that one up and over, and it will find the corner where Darlene Peterson vacated, trying to get the set up, and a little bit of a rotation error. Blanco will get a ace for the Mount Vernon Patriots. Here she comes again. Back again, Argyle will dig that one up. McKee for Darlene Peterson. Peterson will do what she consistently does for this team, and that is to hit, and hit efficiently as she rises on the left side there and puts the ball bouncing off the top of the tape and right in front of Yonenda. Here comes Brittany Lamborn right to Yonenda, and Gomez attempts to punch that one up and over off of the reception by Yonenda, too close to the tape, and into the net. Here's 5-2. You're reading for the Rich High Rebels in the lead. Cleared over by Mount Vernon. Darlene Peterson decides to slap it over as it was right near the tape. Sear, with a little bit too much muscle, backwards, tried to clear it, and it will go out of the back corner, back left corner, to be more specific, into the student section. Here's Lamborn. Lamborn will send it as Yonenda tries to clear. Alonzo, too close to the judge on the far side. It will go out of bounds. We're at 8-2. You're reading. Here comes Lamborn. Lamborn will send it over, and it will go off of the fingertips as Blanco, who had the ace just moments ago, it will roll off of her fingers and go out of bounds. I think now it's 8-2. Maybe I was a little ahead of myself. 8-2. Here comes Lamborn. Yonenda will send it up. Gomez. This time now it will attempted to be cleared by Blanco. Blanco just a step behind as the ball will fall onto the Mount Vernon side, and we'll get a T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout called by Coach Taryn Williams of Mount Vernon. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as well here on 98.3 The Wildlife, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 and on mylocalradio.com.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back, as we now see the student section have a great choreographed edition of a dance of some sort. Here comes Lamborn. Lamborn serves, and it will be punched over by Gomez. Gomez and the Rich Rebels getting out of position, but Lamborn bails them out, slaps it over near the free throw line for the Bear Lake Realty kill. We're going to be at 10-2. In comes Lutz. Out comes Huffaker. Here comes Lamborn. Lamborn serves, and it will be kept alive by Mount Vernon and cleared over. Great work by those girls as we get a setup for Argyle on the near side. Argyle will put a laser beam in the back left corner and get a Bear Lake Realty kill. She's racking them up in this match as she's getting some valuable varsity time. 11-2. Lamborn. Crawford Trough ace as it will split the two defenders on the back line and fall right in line for some kills. In comes for the Rich Rebels, Casey Wilson, the 5'4" setter. 12-2. Service fielded by Mount Vernon. Here comes Sear. Sear attempts to clear, and it will go out of bounds to the right. Near the Rich bench, closer probably to the Rich bench than actually in play. We have 13-2. You're reading. Lambourne again. Goes to Yonenda. Yonenda, her reception, and the ball goes up in the air and into the tape. Crawford Trough kill. Crawford Trough. That's a little bit of a tongue twister if anybody wants to say that a couple times in a row. Mount Vernon gets that one up and over. Wilson keeps that one alive and sends it over to Alonzo. Gomez clears. Lambourne on the back line, keeps it alive. Wilson will set up for Argyle. Argyle will attempt to get it up and over, but that set will get too close to the tape, and Argyle will get called for touching the net. 14-3 is your reading. Back to serve, Savannah Sear. Mount Vernon senior puts that 0-1 over to Annie Peart, and that will go to Wilson, back setting for Darlene Peterson. Peterson will rise and slap that one over, and it will go down off of the forearms of Sayuri Blanco. Bear Lake Realty kills in abundance. Here comes Lutz. Lutz will go over, and it will go over to Yonanda. 3 hits will be called on the Mount Vernon Patriots as they kept it in the air. If this were, keep the balloon from touching the ground, I would say they would be champions, but they would have to get it over in 3 hits, not able to do it on that occasion. Another point after the ball falls onto the Mount Vernon side. This is Lutz. Lutz sends it over straight to Blanco. Blanco tries to set and keep it up in the air, but no one's able to get underneath it. Another point for Lutz and the Rich Rebels. 18-3. Rich Rebels in the lead. Back again. This time Mount Vernon gets underneath it. Might have skimmed the top of the ceiling. Now on the Mount Rich Rebel side. Annie Peart reads the defense and puts it on the 10-foot line near the coach and the bench of Mount Vernon for the Bear Lake Realty kill. Lutz on a little bit of a roll here. Sends it over to Sear. Sear, and then cleared over by Mount Vernon. Will go out of bounds to the left. We'll get a rotation called from Lambourne as in comes Haiti Pugmire. Pugmire will come in and immediately contribute as she uses her intimidation skills on the front line. Points given to Rich High School, that one not able to get over back to the Rich side. Yonenda to Gomez, and then Sear tipped over by Argyle, putting it back up and over. Bear Lake Realty kill for Argyle. She just read the defense and put it right back as it was coming back over to the Rich side. Here comes Lutz. Lutz, this time it will go out of bounds, out the back line. Good run from her as your Rich Rebels are up 22-4. Lutz, a key contributor to this team. She's able to do what she can do to keep things alive, and she's in the rotation now. Received by Rich, back set from Wilson over to Darlene Peterson. Great dig. Darlene Peterson will try again. Sent right back to her. This time it will find its mark as she hits it right off of the hands of Savannah Sear. I believe that's Cassidy Grohl coming in for the Rich Rebels, substitution-wise. Grohl will send it over. And she will find a Crawford Trough ace as it will go off of the top of the forearms there of Sayuri Blanco, located on the back right corner for Mount Vernon. Set point now for the Rich Rebels. Here comes the setup and the attack from Mount Vernon, up and over. Here's Wilson setting up Argyle on the near side. It will be tipped and touched by Ashley Gomez. And that will end our second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated, as the Rich Rebels will take it 25-4. Wonderful work from our Lady Rebels to work in unison, and many people getting varsity time tonight. We'll go ahead and clear our scoreboard. Your Rich Rebels up 2-0. Let's go ahead and take a step aside here on 98.3 The Wildlife, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on mylocalradio.com.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, as we get back into action. Normally, I'm greeted with a nice little rip of the guitar, a little solo, but this time it didn't really come around. We are witnessing a 2-0 lead for your Rich Rebels. Dominance on the part of the Lady Rebels as they took the first set 25-6 and now the second set 25-4. 9 kills in that second set, 8 aces, only 1 unforced error. Good work by the Rich Lady Rebels working together, and we're seeing some underclassmen get some time out there that normally we don't normally see. Ambria Lutz, 9 serves and a 9-0 run. Brought to you by her, as the Rich Lady Rebels are up 2-0. Keep an ear out for tomorrow as your Rich Lady Rebels will take on the Duchesne Eagles in volleyball, and immediately after that broadcast, you will hear my football broadcast on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as stream on mylocalradio.com. Annie Peart comes into a crowd of cheers, a plethora of cheers by my calculation. Everyone's excited for her. The ball will go over to McKee. McKee taking most of the serves for Rich in the first set. Here she comes, getting ready. Again, ICS on Saturday at 1 p.m. Elin Olive, voice of the Evanston Red Devils, will call that game. Don't be confused, and I haven't left you, as I will be coming back after that match. Here comes McKee in the third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a champion cause. 2 hits after the serve from McKee and out of bounds. 1-0 to start the beginning of the third set. McKee again. Serves. Out of bounds and nobody will touch it. McKee will go 1 for 1 on that one as we are tied in the third set. 1-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. McKee comes out, Hatch will come in. Smith and Grohl swap sides of the field, or the court rather. Here comes service from Yonenda. Yonenda puts it right at Peart. Peart digs that one up. Hatch will set up Smith. Smith will slap and get a bare leg realty kill. Great work from her as it will dive right after the 10-foot line nearer the far side. Lamborn, taken by Alonzo. Yonenda. And then over to Sear. Sear will put that one right at the scores table. Out of bounds. As Rich will go up 3-0. In the third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Great time to thank our sponsors, Walmart, Atlas Home Care and Hospice, and Precision Family Dental. Back and forth battle. Mount Vernon keeps it up in the air, and it will be cleared over. Argyle gets a little overzealous and attacks, and it will go out of bounds. Mount Vernon cutting into the lead. They're at 2, Rich Rebels at 3. Blanco with the service. Dug up by Lamborn. Hatch puts it near the Rebel logo, and it'll be taken up and over by Smith. Smith sends that one over. It will be tried and attempted to be dug up by Yonenda. Yonenda will send it into the stands. On the Rich side, it will go out of bounds as we get in a substitution. Lutz will come in. Peart will come out. We get some cheers for her. Here's Mackenzie Smith. Service out of bounds and out the back line. 4-3, your reading. Smith, quite consistent as a couple games ago. She was able to get multiple aces in a row against North Summit. And that time it was just out the back line. Here comes a service error by Sear into the net. Here's Grohl. Grohl off the top of the tape. It will cause the back line of Mount Vernon to sit down. Blanco will get underneath it, but it will go out of bounds into the stands. Crawford Trough ace for Grohl. Again, Grohl gets it in the back left corner. Could not have been any closer to out of bounds from my perspective, but she gets it in there. Here's Grohl again. Grohl to Blanco. Alonso. Then over to Gomez. Gomez with a great kill there. Sends it over, and it will go right in front of Smith for the kill for Mount Vernon. 7-4. Ashley Gomez. Here she goes with the service. Hatch setting up Lutz on the back left side. Kept in the air, and Gomez did her very best to get someone up underneath it, but Alonso's not fast enough to send that one up and over. That's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Ambria Lutz. Argyle sends it over and gets another ace, misjudged by Ashley Gomez. She tried to dig, get a good firm foundation and squat, but she was just a little too low. Here comes Argyle again, where your Rich Rebels up 9-4. That will be too far to the right and out of bounds, a service error. Here comes Marina Cerveto. Over to Smith, then to Hatch, who will set up Violet Taylor on the left side. It'll be fielded initially pretty decently by Blanco, but Blanco not able to get enough airtime underneath it for her teammates to get it up and over. 10-5. Lutz. Dug up there by Taylor. And she'll send it over, but it does not matter as Mount Vernon will touch the net. We're at 11-5. Ambria Lutz will serve out of bounds, out the back line. Just a little too much. 6-11. Davia Alonso, the junior for Mount Vernon, up over her head, and it will just go into the net, unfortunately for a service error for Mount Vernon. I accidentally put the points in the wrong spot. 12-6 your reading. Hatch dug up there, and great move by Saki Yonenda. Yonenda just gets enough to get it up and over the tape, and then Rich will be called for touching the net. 12-7 your reading. Yonenda. Service taken by Argyle on the back line, and she will get an ace. Yonenda, great work for Mount Vernon, as it will go off of the forearms of Argyle and out of bounds. 12-8, Yonenda looking to repeat her success. Again, this time to Lutz. Lutz will go to Hatch. Hatch will set up Mackenzie Smith in the middle. Yonenda digs it up and over. It will be cleared over by Mount Vernon. Argyle on the back right line, back set now for Grohl, who does her very best. Does like a scorpion type of pose, but gets it up and over. Great work for a Bear Lake Realty kill by Grohl. Cassidy Grohl, the 5'2", often the libero for Rich. Here's Violet Taylor as they are up 13-8. Violet Taylor puts it a little too far out the back line. It will bounce off of the eastern wall of the gym. Mount Vernon only down 4 points in this third set. Blanco up and high and in the air, received by Rich, set up for Miss Smith. Smith will send it over to Mount Vernon, which will be kept alive and cleared over by Gomez. Gomez. And then Grohl will set up Argyle high and to the left, out of bounds. Mount Vernon within 3 in this third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Sayuri Blanco. Service taken by Lutz at the 10-foot line, then to Hatch, who will set up Argyle on the left side. Kept alive by Mount Vernon and sent back over. Hatch will back set now for Smith. Smith off the top of the tape. It will find pay dirt. Doesn't matter how it gets over there, as long as it gets over there. It will bounce off of the tape and inbounds for the Bear Lake Realty kill. Smith will serve and find the back line for a Crawford Trough ace. Substitution, in comes Casey Wilson for Hatch. Your Rich Rebels up 15-10. Smith out of bounds and to the right on her service. Currently right now, your Rich Rebels have 6 service errors, uncharacteristic. As service fielded by Taylor on the back line. Here comes Argyle with an attack. It will go off of the forearms. Yonenda will try and keep it alive as it will go over to Servetto. Servetto will put it into the net, trying to get that one up and over. 16-11. Service by Grohl. Taken by Sear, and then Yonenda will clear it up and over. Lutz will take it at the line, and then near the tape, set up for Argyle, high and outside to the left. Finds pay dirt, puts it right at the feet of Blanco. 7 kills currently for Argyle on the night as they are up 17-11. Grohl will send it up and over. Alonzo will put it near the tape, and it will bounce off, and 3 hits will be called on Mount Vernon. 18-11. Grohl, service again, taken by Yonenda, and it will go off of her fingertips behind her head, and we'll get a T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout called by Taryn Williams of Mount Vernon. We'll go ahead, take a break of our own as you've been listening to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as at mylocalradio.com.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
We welcome you back as service from Grohl will go into the net for a service error. Mount Vernon will be down only 6, 12-18. Gomez off of the top of the ceiling as it will be a service error for Mount Vernon. Trading service errors now 20-12. Your reading for your Rich Rebels. Argyle, service error again. Out of touch a little bit. Both of these teams, they're having a few errors, something that we didn't see from Rich in the first 2 sets. Here comes service from Mount Vernon. Here's Wilson setting up Taylor, high and to the left. She produces offensively for her team, and she'll get the Bear Lake Realty kill after slapping it over near the 10-foot line. 21-13, Lutz. Out the back line and out of bounds. Sailed on her just a little bit. 21-14, here comes Alonzo. Alonzo gets that one up and overtaken by Taylor. Taylor will get the set back and slap it over. Alonzo will dig that one up. Here comes Yonenda. Yonenda clears. Back and forth these two teams go. Wilson will set up Smith near the Rebel logo, as it will be dug up by Mount Vernon and cleared back over. Great sequence for each of these teams. Wilson will go to Taylor now. Taylor will hit Ashley Gomez and get her 5th kill of the match, 22-14. Here's Wilson. Casey Wilson will get a Crawford Trough ace as it will go off of the forearms of Alonzo. And out of bounds. 23-14. Casey Wilson again sends it over, and inbounds it will hit the line on the far right side as we get ready for our match point. 24-14, your Rich Rebels lead. Wilson sends it over, out of bounds. Not able to put it away. it will go out the back line. Just too far. Here comes Yonenda. Service. Great laser beam taken by Argyle on the back line. Wilson will set up Smith. Smith will tap that one up and over and be kept alive by Mount Vernon. Battle at the tape. Taylor over to Yonenda. Yonenda to Gomez. Gomez up and over. Grohl setting up Taylor on the back left side. It will find the back left corner, and that will be the end of the match and the end of the game. Your Rich Rebels will take that one 25-15 on a beautiful laser beam from Violet Taylor. We'll go ahead and update our scoreboard. Brought to you by the Station on Main. We'll take a quick second to step aside as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as part of our final score and our Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show. That will be coming up. Your final score on the Station on Main will be 3-0, a sweep for your Lady Rebels, taking care of business against Mount Vernon Patriots. We're now going to go ahead and step aside as we get ready for the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show, as you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today. Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're joined here. Buckwheat is going to play tomorrow against Duchesne. Let everyone know. Scream it from the top of the mountains, from the rooftops. We're part of the, we're going to go now into the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. As always, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels much success. The Rebels took care of business today as they downed the Mount Vernon Patriots 3-0. Let's cover some highlights of today's game, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. First set will be taken by Rich Rebels 25-6 on 8 aces from Taylor McKee. Your second set will be highlighted by 9 serves and a 9-0 run by Ambria Lutz. And in the third set, the Rich Rebels take care of business and get some underclassmen in there and get some good stuff from them, getting some good, some good film, getting some good experience. Great time from them, as that's part of our highlights, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth. Up next on the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show, we will bring you the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the game. Our final score today, brought to you by the Station on Main, was 3-0. Your Rich Lady Rebels taking care of business against Mount Vernon. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as on mylocalradio.com. TeamBarS.com.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear. For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Your Rich Rebels taking care of business 3-0 and sweeping Mt Vernon. Special thanks to Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. It's now time to look at our precision play of the game today, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910. Our precision play of the game will go to the sequence in which Ambria Lutz takes and carries her team for a 9-0 run in the second set. And she's going to get some multiple aces. Specifically in that set, Ambria will get 2 aces. And that will be part of our precision play of the game. Brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Up next on the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show, we'll recognize the player of the game. We'll get our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, and then we will conclude, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, as well as coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Welcome back. We will now crown the player of the game. Brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company and their post-game show. Our player of the game will go to Ambria Lutz for her performance throughout the game, specifically in her 9-0 run over the Mt Vernon Patriots in the second set. Great for her, as she is deemed the player of the game. We'll now dip into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's in Evanston and Rock Springs, where fresh and fast meat, delivering gourmet sandwiches every time. Jimmy John's, 113 Front Street in Evanston. The first set will be taken by your Rich Rebels 25-6. 8 aces from Taylor McKee in that set. Your Rich Rebels with 12 kills, 11 aces in total, and only 3 service errors. Second set will be taken by the Rich Rebels 25-4. Ambria Lutz will go on a 9-0 run to help the Rich Rebels overcome and take that second set in good fashion. Very great work from them, as they'll get 9 kills and 8 aces. In our third set, we'll have a little bit of less production, as there's a couple service errors, 10 to be exact in the third set, but it will not be enough for Mt Vernon to take a set of their own, as that third set and the eventual sweep will be given to the Rich Rebels. And that has been our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. This brings us to the end of our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. We'd like to thank Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, for their support of Rich High School students in all of their endeavors. That's Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho. Stay tuned. Tomorrow you'll hear from me as we have a volleyball game at 5 p.m. versus Duchesne. Immediately after that, I will be doing a 100-meter dash out to the football field as your Rich High Rebel football program will be taking on the Duchesne Eagles at around 7 p.m. Stay tuned for pregame then for both of those segments and games. And then Saturday, your Rich Lady Rebels will take on ICS for one of their their bigger challenges of the year. That game will be called by Evanston Red Devil announcer Elon Olive. Keep an eye out and an ear out for him, as that's part of the coverage on Saturday. This is Cody Olson thanking you very much as we give the final score. Your Rich Lady Rebels will take this game and sweep the Mount Vernon Patriots in good fashion, very, very sensible fashion. They did what they needed to do. This is Cody Olson, part of your coverage and your voice of the Rich High Rebels, saying good night and go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!